Kung Fu, two simple words that carry centuries of tradition, power, and philosophy. But this martial art isn't just about fighting, it's a story of survival, discipline, and the human spirit. Today, we journey through ancient China, tracing the roots of Kung Fu from myth and temple to battlefield and silver screen. Kung Fu's origins stretch back over 4,000 years, deep into ancient Chinese civilization. Long before it became a codified martial art, early forms of hand-to-hand combat emerged out of necessity. Hunters needed skill to defend themselves. Warriors needed technique to win battles. Ancient texts like the Yi Jing mention combat practices, and the earliest military manuals describe organized fighting techniques. These weren't called Kung Fu yet, they were just the raw beginnings of what would evolve into one of the world's most disciplined martial traditions. But it wasn't until the rise of Taoism and Buddhism that Kung Fu began to transform. The legendary Shaolin Temple, established in the 5th century CE in Henan province, became the heart of Kung Fu. It was here that Indian monk Bodhidharma, or Dhammo, is said to have introduced breathing and movement exercises to strengthen meditating monks. Over time, these movements evolved into the Shaolin martial arts system, blending Buddhist philosophy with physical mastery. Techniques mimicked animals, tiger, crane, snake, symbolizing both natural observation and spiritual balance. The Shaolin monks trained not for violence but for self-perfection and survival. During periods of war and invasion, they defended their temple, earning a reputation as formidable warriors. Shaolin Kung Fu wasn't just martial training, it was meditation in motion. Kung Fu literally means skill achieved through hard work. It's not confined to combat. It applies to painting, calligraphy, or even cooking. But in martial practice, it's deeply rooted in Confucian, Buddhist, and Taoist teachings. Confucian values taught loyalty and respect. Taoism emphasized flow and balance. Think of Tai Chi, the slow, meditative martial art that channels internal energy, or Qi. Buddhism brought mindfulness and spiritual discipline. Together they made Kung Fu a way of life, not just a fighting style. Over centuries, Kung Fu split into hundreds of regional styles, each reflecting local culture, geography, and philosophy. Northern styles like Changquan Long Fist favored wide, acrobatic movements and high kicks, while southern styles like Wing Chun emphasized close-range strikes and economy of motion. Other famous forms include Hung Gar, strong-rooted stances, Drunken Fist, mimicking the unpredictable movements of a drunkard, Five Animals style, tiger, crane, leopard, snake, and dragon. Each style tells a story not just of combat but of identity and heritage. By the late Qing dynasty and early 20th century, Kung Fu faced decline. With China's modernization came Western influence, firearms, and political turmoil. But Kung Fu didn't fade, it adapted. Martial artists opened schools, they documented techniques, and then came cinema. Bruce Lee, Jet Li, and Jackie Chan brought Kung Fu to the global stage. Films like Enter the Dragon and Shaolin Temple weren't just action flicks, they were cultural bridges. Through choreography and philosophy, they revived interest in ancient martial traditions. Today, Kung Fu is practiced worldwide in temples, dojos, parks, and competitions. What makes Kung Fu endure isn't just the kicks and punches, it's the discipline, the humility, the pursuit of inner peace. In a fast, digital world, Kung Fu teaches patience. It connects the mind to the body. It turns struggle into growth. Whether practiced by monks in a quiet temple or teenagers in a bustling city, Kung Fu continues to inspire. Kung Fu is more than an ancient martial art. It is history, philosophy, movement, and meaning, all woven into one. So the next time you see a graceful strike or a silent stance, remember you're not just watching a fight. You're witnessing a tradition thousands of years in the making.